Hi friends, today I'm going to tell you about how two machines or two microservices can communicate safely, and we'll follow the OAuth client credential flow so that the things are safe, and what are the best practices we'll learn in this video. So before we move ahead, please subscribe to my Tech YouTube channel and hit a like button. So let's understand what I'm talking about. So let's say you have an app one, and this app is a photo printing app. Now this photo printing app needs some data from another service which provides the photo. It could be Google Photo or it could be Amazon Photos, for example. So there are multiple ways of this. First is, as I also shared in my previous videos, that this app can provide the ID and the password so that another app can use, simulate, like impersonate the login, can access the data. But the problem over here is this is a breach, because once this app gets the password, it can do a lot of other bad and nasty things. So the best way is that this app can provide a access token which has a fixed scope, means it can only read these photos. And since this is not a user, this is an app, and this app wants to communicate with each other, so why not provide this token against some kind of credentials? So this app has to authenticate, basically. That is what we called as the authentication. So first this app will authenticate by providing the ID, which we called as the client ID and the secret. And then in return, this would get a JWT token. And then for whatever data this app needs from this app, they will try to communicate through the jar. So as you all know, I am a practical guy and I like demos. So I would like to use today the OAuth school, which is client credential flow for the service apps. So how this needs to be set up and all, it's very easy, and to do it also very easy. So we have a post call. In the post call, this is your OAuth server which would provide you the token. Now this grant type is client credential. In the last videos I told you about that there are code, there are authorization code, different kind of grant types like the ID, password, and different. So this is a client credential, which means that you will pass the client ID and the client secret. So where do you get that from for this purpose? So what we're gonna do is, you could go to the Auth0. This basically provides a free account. Inside it you could go to the applications and you can set up different application. So what we are doing here is machine to machine, which means the photo printing application is, probably you can think of it's a AI application which needs to moderate, or which need to find some of the apps which have some dirty apps, like dirty photo content. How can it filter? So first thing, it wants to read, and before it reads, it needs some credential to generate the token. So we come here, this is where we get the client ID and the client secret. So I just copied the client ID. Here you have to paste. This is your client ID. Then you go and you have the client secret. So you paste here. So this is your curl call. Now once you do this curl call, you should get a token which can then be used. So I am using my terminal here, and then I am going to do a curl call here. So once I do that, if everything is good, you get the access token. Now this access token is opaque, like you can't actually see what really could be inside it unless you have the key, or you can just try. If it's just a plain JART, you could always read, so we can always check. So first, check your response if this is good enough. Make sure the full JSON response from the token endpoint, not just the access token. Yeah, of course. So we will paste this entire thing from there just to validate. So we come here, we paste. Now we have everything. Yay! So this was a simple exercise which I wanted to show you. Now you could always go to jar.io inside here you have the access token. What is your access token? This is your access token. Now there are two type of access token. One is the referential access token, which means it could be a reference, and second is like JART, which is the real contents, right? So let's check what is this. So this seems like a JART. What it tells you, it tells that this is the type of JWT, JSON Web Token. This is the key ID. This is the algorithm RS256 by which they have basically encoded this the algorithm, right? And the payload has the subject. This is the subject, like this is the client access token. Who is the audience? So api.frameassume.com, I just made this app which would be the audience. The audience app is one of the actors basically between this machine to machine application. Then when this token gets expired, what time it got issued at, what's the scope, like contacts and calendar, for example. And then this is a grant type. So and this is where you, once you have to verify the signature, you could probably provide your keys, and then that's just for the validation. But since this was just the demo app, right? So I haven't implemented much of the security thing. So we are cool. We can see the token. It's not encrypted. There's no signature. Everything seems good. So I hope you like this, and for more technical videos like this, please subscribe to my channel, and leave the comment if you like this video and what you would like to see next. Thanks and bye.